Hey everyone, I'm finally back. It's been a month since my last upload, but a lot has happened over the past few weeks, and I've been both busy on Our Life Beneath and other games. I've been working on a game with a small team called You Do Not Exist. In fact, we are live on Steam right now, so please go check it out. Link is in the description below. I'm also thinking of live streaming myself playing a different variety of games when we reach 1,000 subscribers. I also never got to play any of the Portal games, so I hope to play that too. A few weeks ago, I graduated college and now I have some time to dedicate to this channel. Today, I want to share with you my list of co-op games that I enjoyed playing. Some of these games you may have heard of, or maybe you haven't. These are just a few of my favorite co-op games that I have played and some that I am looking forward to playing. First up, Sky Children of the Light is definitely a hidden gem of a game. Created by that game company, the creators of Journey, Sky Children of the Light brings players into a once prosperous kingdom filled with many stories to explore. What fascinates me is that this game not only is atmospheric in its aesthetic, but promotes the act of caring amongst players. Everywhere you go, everywhere you fly, there's always something magical and breathtaking to look at. I love how they adapt the same game design method of utilizing a beacon in the distance, just like what they did in Journey. Players are to uncover memories left by their ancestral spirits, collect candles by lighting them, which can be used to purchase cool cosmetics, and ultimately sacrifice your light or wing levels to gain new currency for greater cosmetics, and various other things. However, the journey through the Eye of Eden is something that you need to experience for yourselves. In a way, I find Sky Children of the Light a place where I can relax from the depths of Valorant to hang out with others, play music, hold hands, and soar into the clouds. Peak is a game that was recently released in collaboration with Landfall Games and AgroCrab, two of my favorite indie game studios out there. What started out as a game jam, and after AgroCrab had gone through financial difficulties, I'm happy to say they will be working on their third game due to the success of Peak. Peak is a co-op climbing game where you and your friends have crashed on an island by plane and must now reach the peak of each mountain, climbing higher and higher up. Open suitcases to find strange items, crack coconuts, find food that will assist with your health and climbing stamina. The game's wonky controls enhances its quirky aesthetic and silly moments with your friends, making it a game not only enjoyable to play, but also watch others play. Now to all my horror game enthusiasts, Nuclear Nightmare is a game that takes inspiration from the film The Thing, where you and a few others are tasked to find and retrieve classified material on Antarctica. However, you are not alone. While completing tasks and moving to each location on the map, monsters that have been formed through the virus outbreak are on the hunt. Players must scavenge and find tools and weapons to help them maneuver through the infected, treacherous depths of the Antarctic winter. While I don't play this game anymore, I love the concept of the game, and it is definitely a game that is enjoyable to play with friends. If you and your friends like co-op horror games, I would definitely give this one a shot. Something that stuck with me when I played was driving the snowmobile through the winter storm. The graphics are also phenomenal and really captures teamwork at a very high level. Created by none other than Landfall Games again, Content Warning was a game that came out of nowhere. While the early access had numerous bugs, this is a game for you and your friends. It has been out for some time now, getting a lot of traction on social media. It is a parody game where you and your friends play as YouTubers, willing to risk their lives to capture the best footage for more views. Similarly to games such as Lethal Company, players must reach a number of views per run, and it increases each time, while the maps and the enemies you encounter become more hostile. Recently, I came back to the game, and my god, there were a lot of new enemies that were terrifying. Content Warning is definitely a game to come back to. Pummel Party is a game similar to Nintendo's Mario Party games. However, it's a game that is played on the computer. Just like Mario Party, Pummel Party comprises a board game setting where players need to get crowns that are randomly placed on different tiles on the map. There are also a numerous number of minigames to play, as well as custom minigames created by other people. If you and your friends prefer playing party games on the computer, Pummel Party is the game for you to play on a Saturday night. Next up, I'm sure you all have played and seen this game, Repo. Repo is a 6-player co-op game where you and your friends must go into different maps to find objects that each come with a price tag. However, when picking up objects, the more the objects collides, the lower the value becomes. Players are to meet a quota when bringing the objects back to each extraction point without all dying to the many monsters that are lurking in the hallways. It has a quirky character aesthetic that brings humor to the gameplay, but also, I love their text-to-speech add-on. I also love how the developers are very active with their community on YouTube and are always giving updates to what's next. Some of you probably haven't heard of this one. Olli and Bali, Outdoor Estate, just one of the 100 games from Sock Pop Collective, is definitely a hidden gem. It is a 2-player game where you and another play as Olli and Bali in order to chop trees to build a cabin together. You can also catch sheep and ride them around. It is a physics-based game with controls that enhances the game's humor, and is certainly a wholesome game that is both short, relaxing, and will bring laughter to you and your partner. Next up, Starlight Revolver is a game that brings back the magical girls genre into a co-op anime-style adventure. If you love top-down combat games combined with chill and relaxed atmosphere of fishing with friends, then this is the game for you and your friends to embark on. While the game isn't fully out, I was able to play the demo and enjoy it for a week. It is still in its early phases, but you can immediately tell how much the developers put their passion and love for the genre into this masterpiece of a co-op adventure. I would definitely keep your eyes out for this game when it releases. Coming soon to Steam, Big Walk by House House, also known as the developer behind Untitled Goose Game, is another 4-player co-op game about hiking and talking. Its cartoony and colorful characters really shines within the realistic environment you are surrounded by. While the map is open world and expansive, it is filled with many challenges for players to solve using various tools to help you communicate. I have the game wishlisted and cannot wait to get my hands on this game. Finally, a game that also came out of nowhere and a game that brings back the classic genre of WarioWare games. Mindwave is a game about entering the minds of your opponent. While the initial beginnings of Mindwave was catered to be a single-player game with some minor narrative elements, which I really find to be well written, through their successful Kickstarter they will be adding a co-op option. I cannot wait to enter the minds of my friends and verse them in a series of WarioWare-style games. It has a very unique and distinct pixel art aesthetic that really shines to players, and the characters' personalities really shines through their dialogues. The minigames you play are tied to the personality of the player you are versing, which is something I found very well thought out. If you haven't heard of this gem, I would definitely keep your eye out for it. Well, that's a wrap for this video. I'm glad I can share with you guys my list of 10 co-op games. Obviously, there are a lot more co-op games out there that maybe I didn't list here. If there are any other ones, feel free to share them below in the comments. Also, comment down what kind of videos you would like to see next. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you guys get to try some of these present and upcoming games. See you in the next one.